if this ain't the most Lexus looking Toyota I ever seen. But if you've never seen one of these, which I have never seen one of these, I was like, what kind of knockoff bubble eye Lexus is this? If you're not from the bling bling era with the Cash Money Millionaires, you would know rappers would always talk about the bubble eye Lexuses, which the GS300 would be. But this is Japan's version of that we didn't get here in the States. So this is the Japanese version. It's the 1998 Toyota Aristo. So this car right here, right now, is available at Auto Renting Cars. If you're interested, they shipped it over from Japan. You can buy this today for the cool price of $21,500. It's only got 56,000 miles on it, and it smells brand new on the inside, which we're about to look at in just a moment. But this loud semi-truck that they parked right next to me, they're taking delivery of a Toyota Crown as well, so we'll look at that car later on. But this car, it's a GS300. So, but the best thing about this car is got a familiar powertrain in here. It's going to have the 2JZ in here, making about 280 horsepower from the Mark IV Supra. So this car is going to be mainly stock, does have a Times exhaust. Powertrain is going to be special because it's got the inline six, one of my favorite powertrains. Any car with an inline six is going to be torquey, but we're going to save that for the driving portion. And it's turbocharged. Come on, y'all, let's go walk around this car so we can get the driving. If you're seriously interested in buying this, I'll have a link in the description for Auto Renting Cars, ARC for short. You got the sticker on there. So this is for sale. Snatch it up while you can, because how many of these will you see over here? Not that many. So walking around here, this is going to be the mid-size sedan from the late 90s. And this is the Vertex edition too. I don't even know what that means, but it seems to be special and limited. So that's what ARC is going to specialize in, these special, rare, limited cars. I'm going to get my hands on some more of these, but right now, let's take a quick peek on let's start from the trunk, work our way up to the front. And what we do have, we got this auto starter. We do have a physical key. I ain't been in the car like one of these since a Tacoma that I might have scratched. So I got to actually put a key in here. Like this. We done went back to like, oh. Hey. Mr. Obnoxious over there. Oh, man, the key. Oh, my God. Hey. No. Cass. No. Yeah. That'll buff right out. Oh, man. Give back my key. Truck driver made me move, man. Messing up my video. Come on, guy. But as I was saying, before I was interrupted, trunk space. This is a wide trunk. It just opens up to the width of the body lines of the rear. It doesn't go that deep up in here. Oh my God. But it's got like a lot of, I don't know what's taking up. The wheel wells maybe, I guess. Taking up some real estate back here. The back seat. Coming on back here. 1990s mid-size cars. Barely whacked my head. Can't say that about a lot of new cars this day, but it's actually spacious back here. Got about an inch of knee room in front of me, and that's where I would normally sit. Seat is kind of far back. Not a whole lot to write home about in this back seat. These seats are pretty cool though. Look at the designs in here. Let me go on the other side so you can see it better. In the inside of the door, is that an ashtray? All right, okay, ashtray. Ain't seen one of those in a while. Got some cloth paneling on the door. We got marble. That's probably not marble, but it looks like marble. And these seats got some, I don't know what you call this kind of design. Haven't seen anything like it. The front seat, let's hop in on the passenger side, or what you thought was the passenger side. This is a JDM car, steering wheel on the right side. So the steering wheel is gonna be over there. The passenger side is what we know as the driver's side. So this is gonna be different. Y'all think I can't drive a right-hand drive car. Joke's on you, because I used to drive these at one of my old jobs. I drove a manual diesel wagon Ford Mondeo. That's a Fusion wagon. Up inside the car, you're going to see quite a few electronics to be from the 90s. As I said, we got more of the cloth on the door. Marble. We're just going to call that marble. Window locks, all the window controls over here. Ignition, mirrors. What else we got up in here? Not touchscreen. I assume it's not touchscreen. I don't even know what these buttons are. It's all in Japanese. What did it say? Somebody help. And we do have another ashtray. Is what we know as a DC charger now, but see that? Got the cigarette on there. We smokers up in here. And a couple cup holders, gear selector, traction control off. And we got our power snow and etc. mode. No, etc. is ETC. What is ECT? I don't know, but it can go in power mode. I guess that's normal mode. Something I wouldn't have noticed from a 90s feature. Look at this. Put the key up in there. Steering wheel gets into position for you. Memory steering wheel. That's dope. Thought that was a more modern feature, but Lexus, or no, Toyota. I keep thinking Lexus. See? And then when you're ready to hightail it out of here, pull the key out. Steering wheel gonna lift up for you. Easy out. Oh yeah, we are gonna have a sunroof. That's the light in. It's a big sunroof at that too. Only thing left to do now is drive it. So let's do it. Go for a quick spin real quick. Not used to having to pull the key out of my pocket. Ah, yes. Buckle up for safety. Seats are good. Let me adjust this mirror real quick. Both of them. Dang, who's driving this thing? All right, we are good. Definitely weird using the shifter on the left side. We'll be all right. This car feels quite powerful. Woo. This thing got them 1990s brakes in it too. A little bit squishy. Red line 6,500 RPM. Somewhere up there. Oh my goodness, I thought I was doing like 70 miles an hour. Forgot it's in kph. It's been a minute since I had to do conversion. I used to be good at just seeing it because I had to test kilometers per hour at one of my former jobs. So I know 1 mile per hour is like 1.6 kilometers per hour. And before I turned the camera on, I did one of these to flick the turn signal. Oops, that's the wiper. Turn signal was on the right side. So that took a little bit of getting used to. Actually, I'm still not used to it because I only used my blinker once so far. These mirrors and visibility is great on here. God dang, these squishy brakes. And we're gonna need to bring these up to the 21st century. That's an easy mod, just some more brake pads. And this car is rear wheel drive. Powertrain is butter smooth too. I like this a lot. About to flick on my turn signal or my windshield wipers again. That takes some getting used to, and I hope I'm flicking them the right way. That's gotta be. Let me see. Yeah, I'm doing that right. Now we're about to put this car through my steering and handling course. Let them go ahead. Things don't got no one flick. I guess that was before this time. Car feels tight too. I'll look over my left shoulder. Dang, just do not do the one-time flick. I gotta hold it or fully engage it. What if I told y'all that the lane to merge onto the highway was for getting up to speed? That is mind blowing, right? Y'all know better. Y'all follow me. Y'all know how to drive better than that. We out here. Kind of don't know how fast I'm going. Coasting with the traffic. What's 140 in miles per hour? Because I cannot do the math anymore that fast in my head. Suspension on here is smooth though. Let me press that power button, see what that be like. Did anything illuminate when I did that? Yeah, it did. This little green button right here. Power. ECT power. And this car is rear wheel drive. I haven't mentioned that, but just so y'all know what we twerking with over here. Get off right here. This car is very tight still to be. How old is this car? 30 years old? It's very tight. I would really enjoy one of these as a project car. You can daily drive one of these. Gonna take some getting used to being on the opposite side of the steering wheel, or the opposite side of the whole vehicle, not the steering wheel. Opposite side of the steering wheel. I'm outside the car, ain't I? But this car is very tight. I don't hear any rattles whatsoever. Suspension is comfortable. Looks stylish too. This is one of those timeless designs. And we got, I'm assuming this is hydraulic steering. You got all the steering feels. I wish they would bring that back. Like, I guess it's cheaper and easier to do electronic steering, right? What this? Oh, they got a TV up in this boy? What? I can watch TV? Hold on. Maybe the antenna not hooked up. But this boy say TV. That's wild. Got a cassette deck up in here. Turn that off though for now. If you know, how do you get the TV activated? How? Comment, let me know. We got cruise control in here too on one of these sticks. So I saw a modern car with cruise control on this little stick right here, and I'm like, that's kind of old. Was it BMW? I can't recall. It's like, dang, that's kind of innovate that, man. Put some buttons on the steering wheel. And what does this down thing mean on the steering wheel? Is the horn a... Yep, that's the horn. Oh, are these paddle shifters? We're going to have to see about that. Hold on. It say down up here. Let me see if I can. I don't know what that did. Yeah, I'm going to have to learn what that down is, but I feel like that should be a paddle shifter. The roll on here ain't half bad either. Stop. Sound deadening is actually wonderful. Why don't they make cars like this? Toyota, make one of these, I command you. Please. So if I'm doing 100 kilometers, that's got to be like 60 miles an hour. 110 has got to be close to 70. Somewhere between 110 and 120. It's coming back to me now, y'all. Taking me back to my days at Ford. This car is awesome. And I've been thinking, since I got so many new cars lately, the next car I get, I want an older car. Something that's just is as it is. Don't have to worry about the latest and greatest. Something that I can enjoy for what it was for. Aftermarket is already completed. And just a good car, reliable car. I don't like no unreliable cars, I'll tell you that. Let me get up on this thing just one time, see how it is. Dang, whoa, slow her down, boys. She moved, and it's so smooth. Bring back sidewalls too. These 5-spoke wheels look quite nice. Love a good chromey wheel. Now can I do a downshift? I don't know what this down does. Is that for, I don't know. Somebody let me know. There I go trying to flick up the wiper stalk. Man, this car, even by today's standard, is definitely adequate. Power-wise, adequate, very comfortable. It's quiet, got steering feel. What happened in the car industry? Why don't they make cars like this anymore? I miss it. People probably looking at me like I'm crazy driving on the opposite side of the steering wheel. Whoops. Now I'm looking at myself crazy because I'm driving in 2 different lanes. Oops. I'm very impressed with the condition of this vehicle. So definitely, if you're looking for one of these, do not hesitate to hit up ARC. This car passed every inspection. How he's the owner, he checked it over. He's a great mechanic. He works on my cars as well. But he checked over this car, and this thing is just clean. I don't just hit them up if you're interested, and they can ship the car as well. So one-stop shop. Look at that van running that light. Lay on the horn. What are you doing? What are you doing? Running lights all to get to the mall. Mall people crazy, man. What's at the mall that you want? I'm about to actually go there now and get some food. But yeah, huge shout out to ARC for tossing me the keys to this 1998 Toyota Aristo. It's still a GS300 to me, and it still has that wonderful inline 6, that 2JZ. And then, you know, huge power can come from those. But I just like it stock. And I do wish it had a manual. But driving manual on this side of the steering wheel, it's not as bad as you would think it would be. You get used to it. I'm actually left-handed, so it would be natural for me to be able to do so. But the thing that goofs me up the most is this turn signal. Y'all don't use turn signals like you should, and I know that. I really do know that. Use your turn signals. That's all I got to say about that. People out here cannot drive. We got cars hanging out in the intersection. How you not making it through the light? I'm gonna just sit right here. This is wild. Insurance rates gotta be nuts out here. But yeah, like I was saying, that's all I gotta say about that. If you got a question, drop a comment, let me know. If I can't answer it, somebody else can. You guys be very knowledgeable, so I delegate that. Y'all just talk in the comment section. Learn something. I'll learn something as well. But I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace out. Alright, praise report. I found out what the up and down is. I knew it would come back to me. So what it is, like I said, it is paddle shifters, but you got to be in manual mode. I'm used to driving manual so much, so I had to slap the gear selector to manual mode, and then that's going to be the mode where you can shift. So how long does it take to downshift, upshift? Like 3 whole seconds. But yeah, I'm back at ARC. Just had to give y'all an update on that. It's a manual mode in here in which you can select your gear. Oh, and it tells you right here in the screen which gear you're in, which y'all can't see right now because I turned this camera off because I thought I was done. And they didn't stole the parking spot.